Greetings in the name of the Most High Yah. It's King Yedaya, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets. And today I'm gonna do a trade recap on my trade on Nvda. And I haven't done a recap in a while because I've taken some time to go back into like simulator trading, so paper trading, because I've been having trouble with my strategies and my trading psychology and just going off tilt and not really sticking with my strategies, right? So that's why I kind of took some time to go back to like some paper trading and simulator to kind of reinforce my trading strategies and to kind of like get grips of my trading psychology because to be honest, this year has been a tough year for me trading. Not because the market has been down, it's because I've been not really sticking to my strategies. So I kind of refocused, went back to the drawing board, built my strategy up from the foundation again, and I've been paper trading and practicing. So this is like a trade recap, but it's in simulator, right? So just to be transparent, this is not live trading, this is simulator, right? So all right, let's see here, right? So I'm gonna kind of try and break down the strategy I'm using. It incorporates the money zone, the central flow pivots, and the Camarilla pivots, right? So we're gonna start with the money zone, right? So the money zone value area high is the purple line. Oh, let me pull out my right. So this is the value area high. The white line is the value area low, and this is upper puck and lower puck, which is point of control, right? So that's the volume point of control or the value area point of control. So just like the Camarilla setups, it has 2-day relationships, right? So yesterday it was a wider value area high, value area low here, lower puck, upper puck, right? So we have a inside day relationship on the money zone today, right? So with the inside day relationship, we're looking for like a breakout kind of trend day trading, meaning that price should move away from value in either direction, depending on how it opens, right? So we opened lower and we ended up going in the opposite in the direction where we opened, which is usually the case, right? So this is the strategy, right? So if we open lower, we're looking like something like we're looking for like a retest of like the value area low at least, right? Because if it's opening out of value and out of range, that means that sellers are in control and they're actively seeking lower value, right? So you're trying to catch the momentum of the trade as it runs away, right? From the volume point of control and the value area, right? So when I say it opens out of value, the out of value and out of range, meaning the open here is below prior day's value and it's opening outside of prior day's price range, right? So you see we closed here yesterday, on Friday, and we're opening down here, right? So that's out of value and out of range. So I was looking for kind of like at least a retest of the value area low for the most. Excuse me. Looking for a value area low test for the most, and then we can start selling off, right? Excuse me. Yeah. So when I entered the trade, it was on the third 5-minute candle, which was here. Let me see. It says here I entered at 161.98. So let's see, that's around, let me pull this out here. right? So around that level, that's where I entered the trade, right? Let's see here. Right. So at this point, we had this bullish run up, which I'm kind of expecting, but it would preferably be like if it really sold off, it would give more of a trend day, in my opinion, right? Because you're actively seeking lower price, and the sellers would definitely be in control, right? But we did have like a little push up at a little bullish run back to the value area low, which is expected, right? So we're retesting that value area, which is in line with yesterday's volume pointer. Well, not volume point, but the point of control, which is these two lines right here, right? So we kind of retesting that area, right? This is where the most price action happened, around this area on Friday, right? So we're retesting that. Let's see here. Take this off, right? Now my thing is, I actually, let's see. So my trade was set up kind of like this, right? So I entered short and I placed my stop above the volume point of control. See if I can get that there. Why is this not moving? Okay, wait, hold on. Wow, that's crazy. That's supposed to move. Let me see. Right. Hold on 1 second. Right, so I put my stop above that area right there, and let me pull that back on. That's the money zone. So I kind of went above this price range right here and the puck, right? And then I was targeting like this lower band right here. This is actually, I think it's a upward channel. Right, let me just pull this down, go to the higher, right? So this is a upward channel right here, right? Right, so that's the bottom of the upward channel, right? So let's go back here. All right, so I was targeting this area right here, right? And let's see, I wasn't expecting price to actually pull back into the pocket itself, because I mean we're opening below price range, below value, so it's looking real weak. I wasn't expecting such a pullback, but we did pull back. It didn't hit my stop, stopped at the POC level. Now I want to actually show you the Camarilla levels as well. All right, so let me take this off. Right, so this is R3 right here. Let me pull out the arrow again. Right, so that's R3 and this is S3, right? So we open below S4, right? Because S4 is this one right here. This is S3, R3, R4, right? So we have a lower value day. So it's super bullish. It's a very bullish, it's the most bullish setup you could get with the Camarillas, right? So we had this open below S4. I was expecting only a test back to S3, but we actually got all the way to R3. So that was really bullish for like a retest. You know what I'm saying? But it was still below the POC area, right? So we just retested value. So my stop actually catered for that, right? So let's see here. Take this off. Right, so one thing I was looking at on this trade as well was simultaneously I was looking at the US dollar, right? So the US dollar has this overlapping Camarilla overlapping higher value, right? So this is prior days R3. No, that was R4. 1 second. Right. Prior days Friday was R3 was right there. S3 was here. Now S3 today, well, yesterday was up here, and we got R3 right here. So it's a overlapping higher value, right? Because it didn't go all the way to be a higher value, so it's only overlapping. So that's moderately bullish, and we got this rejection up at R4 here, and at 6:30 this morning we found support at S4, and we continued bullish up through the session. So that gave the sell-off in the stock market, right? So I was monitoring this upward movement. We broke R3. Let's see at what time. Let's see, 9:30. Around 10:30 is when we broke. Let's see exactly what time that was. So I was looking at how we're testing R3 right here. At around 9:15, just before the open, 9:30, we're still testing R3, pulling back a little bit. And that's when you're getting, like when it starts pulling back, that's how you're getting that bullish push in the stock market. I think Tesla and a bunch of them kind of shot up really good. So when we finally got the broke here at like 10:30, which is around the initial balance setting time, like it's either the initial balance low or the initial balance high is being set. So around that time we got the breakout. That's gonna send the stock market down. So let's see, by the time 10:30, let's see on Nvda, let's see where we will. Right, so we already got the sell-off, right? So we retest SPOC. Let's see, put on this money zone here. I know it's a bunch of stuff. Let me just take off the Camarillas. Right, so retest the POC area and also the central floor pivots. So let me show you that right there. So the central floor pivots is an inside value there as well, but it's on the lower side, right? Compared to like the money zone, which is kind of like in the upper area, right? So we retest that as well, and that's like the central floor pivots. It attracts price a lot, right? So I think it's like, what's the percentage? I think it's like 63% of the time during a day the price actually touches the central floor pivots, right? So you could take that into consideration in your strategies and stuff. So I'm taking that into consideration. So I'm placing my stop above these levels, right? So above the money zone POC and above the central floor pivot, right? So we ended up selling off, and I also used VWAP. So I actually took another trade right here on my Dash Trader Pro simulator. So let me just show you that right here when we broke. So when we touch these levels, this POC level, and started, you see these reversal patterns showing. On my Dash Trader Pro, I actually took, so it's like a triple top, or if you want to call it that. But on here, this blue line right here, let me see. That's the pivot level, just like on TradingView's chart. This is R3, right? And this is upper VWAP band. So when we broke that, I took another trade on this platform as well, right? So this is kind of like a much better entry because I actually waited for the retest. So in the open on TradingView, let me show you over here. On TradingView, I'm anticipating like a momentum run to the downside, right? But we didn't get the momentum run, so I had to withstand the retest. So when I saw the retest had the rejection coming in, that's when I took this trade right here, the break of the upper VWAP band. Let's see here. right? So you can see that was the entry right there, and just rode that down, right? So this I ended up taking profit here at around 161.10. But let's go back to the original trade, because this is kind of like the original trade. So that other trade was kind of like secondary, because I saw that price was actually rejecting off the POC level, right? But this was my initial thoughts on this trade, so the entry wasn't as good. Yeah, so let's see here. Right. So according to my strategies too, like when I'm in the short, I'm looking for price to stay below this lower VWAP band, right? And if we get a close, a 5-minute close, usually I would just stop out, right? So on this one here, I didn't stop out because of this kind of test above and loss of the VWAP, the lower VWAP band again. You see how that pushed up and wicked out. So when this one pushed up, I didn't close out because I was seeing that the US dollar was still strong. I mean, yeah, still strong. And I was looking for to have something like this happen, a reversal, like an answer to this candle right here, and we got that. But then we actually got that bullish engulfing kind of candle right there. Well, not kind of, it's definitely an engulfing candle. You see it's below prior candle and closes above, right? So it totally engulfs this candle. And then when we closed above here, I should have closed, waited to see a little bit more, and then on this one I finally just closed it, you know what I'm saying? So this is like this strategy is like within like a inside value day and a lower value day on the Camarillas, right? So usually I would just take like the early entries, which is like the second 5-minute candle, and just look for the sell off, right? But we definitely got some bullish action this morning. But even though I'm looking for shorts, right, I can still anticipate that there's going to be some retest of like prior value, right? So what I'm doing is placing my stop above that value area, which is like around here, 163.73. No, it was, yeah, 163.83. That was my stop. So we finally got down here to 161.10, which it was a good trade. It was a nice trade. The one on Dash Trader Pro, it was even better because that one is like I waited for the test of the value area, which is up here. So we got that from 162.85 down to 161.10, right? So that was a much better risk to reward kind of situation. But it's just all risk management. You just placing your stops above certain value areas and going with the actual setup of the day, you know. So if the Camarilla level is a lower value day, we're looking for shorts and we're looking for retests of like S3, S4, right? Mostly S3. And if it's the money zone, you're looking for like the retest of let me pull this up. You're looking for retest of like the POC area, or you're looking for retest of the value area low, and then to get the sell off, which is kind of what happened today. So yeah, this is my little trade, man, and I'm doing pretty good in this strategy right now, just trying to maintain and like perfect the strategy. Like you see how today I kind of got like although my stop was in the right place, on my second entry on DAS was much better than this. So it's about kind of improving the timing at this point, you know what I'm saying? And also I'm adhering to like the initial balance, which is usually set at around, let's see, at around, hold on. So anything around this level here at 10:30 a.m. I'm looking for like reversal patterns. Even you see over here, let's see, there was kind of like an indication of we might get a reversal from this wick push up right here, but seeing how weak it was and it's not closing above lower VWAP, I didn't just jump out the trade, you know. So around that time, like around 10:20, you start looking, like if price is up at the puck at 10:20, you start looking for the short, you know. Or if price is down around 10:20 and it's like a typical day where price just kind of makes the initial balance high and low and kind of floats within that value, we're looking for a short back to like the middle of the area, you know. So I'm gonna just drop some more recaps and, you know, show you how I'm trying to work this out, you know what I'm saying. All right, y'all, it's King Yedaya, aka King Solomon. Stay wise in life and in this market, and y'all trade safe and stay blessed.